jump, you fly, oh, what a way to live a life of sunny days. I heard the weather got in your way, but when the gods cry, flowers bloom, birds arise, giving birth to a new sky. Walking down meadows of Dawson, I see a red bumblebee, a big hippopotamus coming for weed. Butterflies come to rescue this dandelion caught in curfew. 'Cause I sneeze, you cough, I jump, you fly. Oh, what a way to live a life of sunny days. I heard the weather got in your way, but when the gods cry, 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 flowers bloom, birds rise, giving birth to a new sky. New sky, da-da-da-da. Thank you. What is a bold move? Leaving everything you know for the promise of something better. Not knowing where you're going or how you're going to get there, but doing it anyway, whatever the cost. I am Migrant. History keeps telling our story in a one-dimensional way. The media will have you believe we are criminals. Ever wondered what the difference is between an expat and an immigrant? You ever looked it up in a dictionary? There isn't much difference. In fact, actually, it kind of means the same thing on paper. But within the media and everything else, it's not quite used in the same way. And that used to piss me off. Until I realized, actually, there is a difference, in all fairness. An expat is probably someone who has lots of money, creates a little bubble for themselves, and picks up that lovely bubble, and goes to a lovely sunny place, probably like Spain, and parks that bubble right there. Whereas an immigrant is a warrior, someone who has had to become a chameleon, evolve, change shape, be whatever's necessary to become what they need to become for the promise of something better, out of necessity. I believe when you first touch down here, they call you illegal alien, extraterrestrial. I take no offense. E.T. was an alien. Superman, definitely an alien. And my favorite, the X-Men. They have mad powers. It's okay. I am human. I say I, but I'm really talking about people like my mother. Daughter of a farmer, hatched a plan with my father to scoop up her little chickens and fly away to the unknown and go on a voyage to bring us to somewhere safe because Eritrea broke out in war. My story isn't any different, or her story isn't any different than most of the stories you hear about right now. She's phenomenal. She couldn't speak a single word of English, but she did all of that. And don't get it twisted. She spoke 5 languages before we came here. It just so happens she knew Italian and not English. But they don't let us know that, right? She's a phenomenal being. And she still has her interesting, quirky ways of beingness. She says Daliston instead of Dalston. And there's a reason. Back home, we read and write phonetically. In fact, I think I've acquired that quirk. I don't quite say Daliston, but I read and write phonetically. But over here, in this current system, I am diagnosed as dyslexic. Fine. I'm not defined by the titles that are given upon me. So I am the daughter of a fearless superhero. It's interesting. My world in the world of tech has happened as a result of my inability to fit into the formaic ways of living and existing. All I ever wanted to do was just sing. I didn't want to be the quick, quirky, interesting, random girl with gloves and stuff. I watched every music video that you would have seen. My favorite singer was Mariah Carey. I wanted to do vocal acrobatics. It's not really my voice. But no matter how hard I tried, and people were receptive, light-skinned girl, R&B, curly hair, you must do hip-hop dance. I've never taken a dance class in my life. I love it, but like I said, it ain't for the lack of trying. And when I couldn't fit into the formaic systems that existed and that predated me, because they weren't designed with me in mind, I had to find an alternative way of beingness. I had to remember where my lineage comes from. And I had to own being a migrant. Because once an immigrant, always an immigrant. You learn that whether you want to accept it or not. So I decided to delve into the world of tech, out of necessity. I didn't create these. If you were wondering what was happening before, they're in essence a remote control. They're called Mimu gloves, just like the one that you have for your TV. The tech name is MIDI controller. These lot created it. But I had to evolve and change shape and leave the person I thought I was to find a better way of working so that I can find a system that was tailored to me. Like I said, I did this out of necessity. I became almost ill to the point of hospitalization because I just wanted to fit in. But my lineage is strong. I reflect on my mother and everyone like her, and I remember I am her child. And so I left everything I know for a better today. I don't know what I'm doing with this most of the time. What you saw was very well rehearsed. It didn't sound like that this morning. It sounded better right now, I think. Why? This is new technology. There isn't a YouTube channel that teaches me how to use it. I spend every penny I own on it, and as a result, sometimes I have to walk instead of catching the bus, just so I can save £1.50. By any means necessary. When we remember where we come from, we remember we're really connected. And whilst you might think this isn't really your story, but we're all migrants up in this building, and then some, or in the world. You only have to look back far enough. You will find a member of your family who would have transformed and evolved to get you to where you are. And so if anybody doesn't like their reality right now, if you don't fit into the system that exists, tap into that. Connect with the very people that the media has us believing a different dialogue about. In doing so, we will have an empathy for a life unlived. And such a community will teach us the strength, willpower, and then some to know how to navigate with the current status quo of this promised land. I didn't get here by myself. And whilst it's all fun and games to play every part of a song all by myself, it really is, I kind of enjoy it more doing it with my friends. Because we're stronger together. I'm better together. So let's all connect. I'd like to take you on a journey about a story that's not very often told. We was told the grass is greener on the other side. This is that story. Please put your hands together for Ananse and Nache, who will be helping me with this last song. Like a shooting star from the dews of flowers, I appeared in your grace, adorned in all you need. Now I'm falling between your arms. Promises done said. When you held me gently, then you slipped away. You slipped away. Promises, they still Thank you. I'd like to leave you with this. Reimagine your definitions of things. It's my DNA, it's your DNA. We're the same. And you'll find your strength in that. Let's connect. Thank you.